Hello, I'm Dan, and today we are building one more computer. This channel will not be related to PC builds only. I want to show software engineering, drone-related content, CNC machining and 3D printing related content, robotics related content. But turns out I have a queue of people who want a PC build from me. So I decided while I have those resources, I will just show you more PC related content. And without further ado, let's get started. We have all Team Red build today because we have AMD CPU and AMD GPU at the same time. Let's start with our platform. We have Gigabyte B850 motherboard in ITX form factor. It has 2 M.2 slots for SSDs, reasonable I/O and good VRM radiator. The heart of our system is Ryzen 5 9600X. 6-core, 12-thread CPU. It's a relatively new chip for AM5 platform and will be good enough for quite a while. As the CPU cooler, we will be using ThermalRight XP90X53. It is a low-profile CPU cooler mainly used in mini ITX computers. Its mounting hardware has spring plate design. That means we will need to remove stock AM5 plastic brackets and install provided backplate on the motherboard. By default, this CPU cooler comes with LGA 1700 mounting hardware. After switching it to AM4, AM5 mounting hardware, we can use bolts, nuts and tools included to mount the cooler and apply pressure on our CPU AHS. The thermal interface for this PC is a Max-5 thermal paste from Arctic brand. According to various tests available online, it is one of the best among them. And it's very important to have proper heat transfer in a small volume PC case. Our main M.2 slot will be occupied by Samsung 970 EVA Plus 1TB SSD. It is PCI Express Gen 3 SSD, and even though it's quite an old model from Samsung, it shows very low failure rate and great longevity. Plus it has DRAM cache, which is great for operating system installation, and low temperatures, so our beefy PCI Express Gen 5 radiator will keep it very cool. Now, when we have our system mostly in one piece, I can show the case. It is CoolerMaster NCORE 100 Air mini ITX form factor PC case. It has very nice recyclable packaging. Build in this case was very straightforward, and I don't have much to say about it, so I'll leave you to enjoy the process of assembly and return later with some thoughts about it. It is time to talk a little bit more. The GPU used in this build is RX 6900 XT from AMD. It is not new and can be found pretty cheap, especially second-hand. It doesn't have good RT performance, but this PC will be used for productivity and occasional CS2 gaming. Since the game doesn't have RTX support, this GPU will be very good fit for this build. And considering that it has 16 gigs of VRAM, it should hold well even for modern titles. Here's the complete build. And I have a list of positive and negative aspects that I faced while I was building in it. First of all, it's cool. And by cool I mean that all components including CPU and GPU, even in combined load, stay pretty cold. Like we have 70 degrees on CPU, up to 85 in very heavy CPU load, and we have pretty good temperatures on GPU as well. Also, what I want to mention is that the build quality is here. Panels are pretty good, they're thick metal, cutouts are pretty good, they're matching the case overall, gaps are pretty good, and how they install is pretty easy. Toolless access is awesome, it's so easy to remove panels and change things inside if you need to, or even to assemble, disassemble things when you kind of building the thing. It was especially useful when I needed to move the spine to fit my GPU inside and win some more room for it and consume more space from the CPU. What I want to mention is that airflow is here. It's kind of combined the positive side of it being cool, but I really appreciate how CoolerMaster made airflow at the top, so it helps natural convection to move hot air from the bottom to the top and release it from the case at the top. Also, it has second fan at the back, which helps to exhaust as well. And on positive side for this particular case is the fact that it is very easy to assemble in. The thing is that it's pretty big in mini ITX form factor world, and that makes it very easy to fit parts inside. It makes it easy to wire things, to zip tie them, and kind of to touch everything together. Considering it is still kind of mini ITX form factor PC, it's very simple in this regard. So I would say that it is kind of beginner friendly because you don't need to make custom cables, you don't need to solder stuff, you just throw everything in, lock doors, and that's it. Complete computer. And now negative aspects. First of all, acoustics. It's very loud, and the reason for that is it's mesh under the panel and also film that should kind of split airflow between fan and, I don't know, the panel itself. But in reality, it just flaps and creates acoustic noise. So what is good about it is that it's removable and you don't need to void your warranty to do so. So you just detach plastic cups from it and you can completely release the film and even the mesh itself. And that's exactly what I did on GPU side, because GPU is quite bulky and it was touching the film, then it was touching the mesh, and I just removed them because I don't care that much about dust inside because it's very easy to clean. And I just removed them to improve my acoustics, and it was true for both sides of the case, so I just removed mesh for both CPU and GPU sides. Yes, I'll get more dust inside with time, but I prefer it to be silent than clean, I guess. And the last negative thing about this case is actually its I/O cutout. The thing is that manufacturer included metal piece that covers I/O gaps at the back when you move the spine of the case. Well, the thing is that it works only when you use first or fourth position of the spine. It doesn't really work for intermediate positions, and there are no metal pieces to cover it in second or third position. That means that I left the two big unpleasant gaps at the back of the case. I can cover them, it's not a big deal for me because I can 3D print a piece there and it will cover them, no problem. But I would consider it as a big minus for this price point of the case and for this build that regular user will not be able to cover them that easy. So we can see that metal pieces of I/O of the backplate, they're visible and it's not pleasant. And my personal negative side for this case is that it didn't fit Noctua fan. Well, it's not supposed to be honest, but I purchased it and it didn't fit, so I just didn't use it at all, used the stock ThermalRight fan instead. I think that's it for this video. We have one more PC build video for this channel, and I want to thank you all for watching it, and thank you for reaching this part of the video, the very last piece. I want to ask you to hit the like button and subscribe, and see you in the next one.